Hello there and welcome to English 135. We already have something in common because you all are English majors and I was an English major too. So let's enjoy this course together. This is going to be a lot of fun this semester. It goes by very quickly, I realize, and so we want to make sure that we stay up to speed with everything. This is the course description. There's me and these are your learning outcomes. Now the standard here at Modesto is that there's one module per week. Obviously, when it's a shorter semester, those modules are condensed, so more than one module opens up per week. Students taking this course need to be able to demonstrate basic writing skills before taking the course, and we will go over those in prerequisite skills later on. We're going to have online study materials. There's no textbook for this course. Everything that you need is included in the course, and these are the assignments. You will always see a due date confirmation in the announcement board, and that will show you the due dates for the semester. It will also show you when everything is opening as far as modules. This is very important, and I want to pause just a second on this. First thing I want you to note is the participation points. When you participate in the course, I log in, I can see how long you've been in the course, I can see the interchange between you and your cyber cafe, I can see you responding to announcements that require a response. That equals 10% of your grade. My goodness, y'all, why in the world would you not want to make sure that you got those 10%? There are some assignments that are due that are just totally fun, and they're to help you refresh some of your writing skills, remind you a few things that you've already learned in other courses, and those are analytical assignments. Those are worth 10%. Now we get into the short essay, essay number 1, 20%. Essay number 2, which is the wild card essay, where you are free to choose a piece of literature that you're excited about that really has inspired you, and you will be writing an essay about that, and you will write a proposal for the essay you'd like to write, and that essay will be worth 25 points. Final essay, essay number 3, is worth 25 points, 25%. And then your discussion boards. Those same discussion boards are 10% of your grade. So I'm thinking if you are participating in the course and the announcements and reading everything, completing the analytical assignments, and participating completely in your discussion boards, which there aren't very many, you're in a good shape. All right? So, these are the learning outcomes, and in your own time you will go back and read these, I'm sure. There's some general education learning outcomes that are also affected in this course. Then we have the breakdown of modules, and those open on the dates that are shown when you log into the course in your announcements. This goes over the learning outcomes that are achieved in each one of these assignments. The classics essay, for example, then we have the wild card essay, number 2, which is a real fun and freedom expression. And then we have the final exam, which is called Dinner Party, which is one of my favorite essays. Students love it. I love it. We all really enjoy that. So that's the module overview. Now down here we get into the fun and games, which is academic honesty. What is plagiarism? Saying that you submitted something and gosh, didn't realize that it was plagiarism is not going to work in any institution of learning. And I'll tell you just very quickly a story. A great friend of mine took a course and turned in the essay, forgot to attach some of the works cited, forgot to turn in this, forgot to do that, forgot to cite quoted material and so forth. $150,000 later, suspensions, had to get himself a lawyer. It was a mess. So just be sure you understand what plagiarism is and is not. I summarize all of this information about plagiarism, which the district would like for us to go over. And here's the short and long of it. I know about my experience. I was not born knowing what the distance between Earth and the moon is, was I? Nobody was. So where did I get that information? If I write that in an essay, where did I find that information? Well, it's important that I show the source where I found that information. Simple. In addition, if I submitted a paper in my freshman year and I'm thinking in my sophomore year, ooh, that was a really good paper, I'll just submit that again here. That is called self-plagiarism, and that's just as bad as any of the rest of them. So I'm hoping that I make assignments that are so interesting and fun that you really want to do the assignment. My goodness, it's a learning curve. We want a learning curve if we're in higher education, I think. I mean, I do. And so I don't think of learning as a daunting task and, oh, what do I have to do? Oh, what do I have to turn in? I prefer to think of it as, oh my goodness, this is something new that I'm going to learn. I had no idea about that before, but I'm going to learn about it now. And I enjoy a learning curve. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But anyway, district wants us to put in all this information about plagiarism. So you might want to go over that before you get started. Lots and lots of things. Overdue penalties. Students sometimes come up to the due date and say, oh gosh, I'm not going to get it done in time. And then they email me with a long essay length excuse why they aren't turning the work in on time. That is not fair to the rest of the class, is it? The rest of the class is also busy. They also have families, and yet they manage to get the work turned in on time. However, in the course, if the day before, at least 24 hours before that due date, you want to take that one excuse late submission, with the exception of the final essay, I'm giving you until the last minute to turn in the final essay, so you won't need to do that for that particular assignment. But if other little assignments, the day before something happens, I don't need an essay length essay email. I just need to say I'm taking the one extension for the assignment that is due tomorrow. If it is 10 minutes before the essay or the project is due and you want to get an excuse, you will not receive that unless you can accompany that with an emergency room notice, official report on letterhead with a phone number from a doctor, death of an immediate family member, which is defined by the district as mother, father, husband, wife, or your particular child. Assignment instructions are all given there. Word count and submission format. Let's save ourselves lots and lots of heartache by just remembering to put your word count on everything you submit. Each time I say that, a student will email me and go, well, does this require a word count? And I wonder, what part of everything is fuzzy? Everything means everything. You are required to write a certain number of words for the district. You want to show that you wrote all those words. You don't ever want this to come back as credit that you didn't earn and muck up your education. This goes over the essay format. This also applies to discussion boards, etc. Except that for a discussion board, we don't need this part. We just need to make sure that we have the word count for that so that you're given credit for writing those words. Everything that is an assignment of any kind, unless it is those few text entries that are included, must always be submitted in a PDF. The course is set to only accept PDF documents with the exception of discussion boards or text assignments. That is an assignment that shows up as a text box in your computer rather than, you're not going to text it like you're texting a friend on the phone. A text box will appear and you will complete the assignment that way. Discussion boards are important and you're going to find that out right away. I have very, very few discussion boards, and the ones that I include are important or they wouldn't be there. I don't like busy work, and I don't think most people like busy work. So let's make sure that we get discussion boards taken care of and completed on time. Announcements. You will receive announcements during the course of the class, and some are required, and they say response required. That means that you will scroll down, click the reply arrow, and type in got it or read it or whatever. Next, we have some other statements from the district. Remember that when you send an email to me, I welcome emails that ask me about a topic that you want to develop in an essay. If you write an email to me that asks me, okay, just to make sure, this assignment is due on Monday, you will get an email response back, and it will be an auto reply, which means that you will find that information in the course. And so everything is included in there. When you first log into the course, one of the first things you're going to see is the tutorial on content delivery. It is mandatory that every student watch that 2-minute tutorial before moving on in the course. And it's fun anyway, so I have lots of tutorials in the class. Prerequisite skills. These are skills that you need to have mastered prior to taking this course. And you can see the list. If any of these make your hair set on fire, then you might want to just go to YouTube real quick and type in whatever the problem is and see a million tutorials on that topic. This is your participation policy, and that is based on the Carnegie method for unit disbursement. And remember that this is a flexible syllabus subject to change. And folks, that concludes this brief tutorial of the syllabus.